Thank you. My name's Sara Prowse. I'm the Chief Exec at UA92, which is a startup university based in Old Trafford. Thank you for having me here today, and I have to say it is a wonderful space, really, really lovely building. So my topic today is a topic which a lot of businesses are struggling with at the moment, both from a staff retention perspective, but also staff acquisition as well, and it's the race for talent. So when I was putting this presentation together, I was reflecting on what's so different now. Why has this become such a critical problem for a lot of businesses? Because talent has always been important for businesses, and we've always had ebbs and flows in skills. And I think on reflection, I think there are three things that have brought this into really sharp focus at the moment. The first is pace. Things are changing so quickly at the moment. Skills are changing, sectors are moving at different rates. The acceleration of digital right the way across different sectors is really changing things up dramatically. The second thing is, I think, more than ever, employees and candidates out there in the job market are in the driving seat. Because demand is high in certain sectors, they're able to choose where they want to stay and where they want to go. So it's really putting them into the driving seat. And the third thing is, we're seeing big gaps open up in skills, particularly in the digital space. So in terms of what employees want, I think it breaks down into two separate areas. The first is they want to be valued. So they obviously want fair reward and recognition. They want progression, learning, training, development. And more than ever now, they're looking for flexible, smart working, remote working. But they also want to feel valued. They want to feel connected, to feel that they've got a purpose and they're working for an organisation that's got a purpose. They want to have balance and they want a sense of well-being. And for me, this is the magic ingredients in terms of driving retention within an organisation. Moving on to skills. These are the top 5 skills in the Northwest. They're slightly different by region, but these are the ones pulled out in a recent survey by the GMCA. You can see here that 3 of these are of the top 5 are in the digital space, so UX, digital marketing, and program development. So let's just have a little bit more of a look at the digital market. So Manchester is the second biggest digital hub outside of London. It's worth at the moment 5 billion, but predicted to grow to just over 7 billion in the next couple of years. There are a massive 10,000 businesses involved in the digital sector here in Manchester, employing over 86,000 employees. And yet we are struggling to meet the demand. We are struggling to provide employees with the skills and the talent that this incredibly fast-growing sector requires. So I think UA92 is part of that solution. And the reason I think we can help is I think we can provide a pipeline of talent into businesses, into industry. I think we can provide a source of upskilling and reskilling existing staff or people who've been made redundant and they're looking for a career change. And we can support diversity agendas. So having a diverse workforce across all spectrums, race, age, gender, skill set, mindset, is incredibly important in terms of driving success within an organisation. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit more about UA92, and hopefully that will bring to life why I believe that we're part of this solution in terms of delivering that. So who are we? I'm going to start with our mission. Our mission is very single-minded. It's about changing lives by making higher education accessible to all. And the all is the absolute key word in that sentence. So no matter where you're from, what your postcode is, higher education should be an option for you. And then the second element of that is meeting the skills and the talent needs of industry. So UA92 is a very unique partnership. Our co-founders, the first are the Manchester United legends, the class of 92, who really bring sporting ethos to the table. Our second founders are Lancaster University, a top 10 university that bring academic rigour and quality to the table. And then we partner with over 30 industry partners who help make sure that what the curriculum that we're teaching is modern and relevant for the business needs. In terms of our offer, we have 5 core areas. At the heart of what we do is our degree proposition. So this is undergraduate degrees. We offer 14. But we're also moving into the apprenticeship space. So from September, we'll be offering apprenticeships. We've also moved now into the boot camp space. So particularly within the digital track, we're looking at 6-week, 12-week boot camps. We now are training in industry qualifications, so not just degrees, we're also giving our graduates the opportunity for industry quals and also training that into some of our partners as well. Shortly we're going to be moving into what we call exec ed, so this is much more around leadership, training and development, the sort of behavioural skills that you need within leadership. In terms of our proposition, we are very industry-led. So I mentioned we work with over 30 different industry partners. These are our 4 strategic partners, so Microsoft, TalkTalk, Man United and KPMG, and they absolutely work with us to inform that our curriculum is relevant. We have 4 core subject areas that you see here, so all of our degrees, all of our boot camps and all of our apprenticeships will be within these areas. And one of the things that makes us very unique and different to other universities is we actually put character and personal development at the core of what we teach. So for us, it's whatever subject you come to UA92 to study, you will also study character and personal development. So those sort of life skills, those employability skills, some of them up here, communication, teamwork, resilience, critical thinking, really arming our young graduates to be ready for the workplace. So we are deliberately different in terms of what we teach and also how we teach it. We are all about unlocking potential for young learners that the traditional universities are currently leaving behind. And we're game changing, so we are evolving education to be modern and relevant for today's society. We also have a very different approach to marketing and recruitment. So we target young learners from disadvantaged communities that wouldn't necessarily think that higher education was an option for them. And a lot of the work that we do out in those communities is breaking down preconceived ideas about higher education and removing barriers. And there are 2 big barriers to these young learners. The first is around the lack of confidence and the self-belief that they can actually go to university. And the second is around cost. So together with our partners, we've actually put together a very innovative solution to the cost. It's a package worth over £5,000. It's made up of a free laptop, free data for 3 years, free lunch every day, free travel from home to university, and a voucher to get your university digs set up with duvets, pots and pans, etc. The only eligibility criteria to access this package is if you're on free school meals today, you're automatically eligible. So immediately, it's very easy to understand. It removes all the sort of complexities of scholarships and bursaries, which quite frankly, nobody actually understands. But particularly in these harder to reach communities, they think that's not for us. We won't be able to get a scholarship or a bursary. But this is really clear, really simple, and really targeted. And here are just a couple of examples of billboards you may have seen up at tram stops or bus shelters. But this campaign has been running since September and it is starting to really ramp up. We also, in terms of reaching those young learners in those communities, we recruit a number of community influencers into the UA92 community to help us with that. And these are people that have a huge amount of influence over young people. So for example, it's the head coach at the boxing club, it's the leader at the youth zone, it's the barber in Moss Side, it is the imam at the local mosque. These people touch many lives, young lives, and have a huge influence. So we've brought them into the UA90 community to spread the word. And for every student they give us, we give them £250 to invest in a charity in their community of their choice. Our campaign is very much a grassroots campaign, so we work in Gorton, Openshaw, Longside, Moss Side, Stretford and obviously Trafford, which is our home. And our work out in the community